What's up, y'all? Hey! Whoa, welcome back to y'all hearing this.
Podcast version.
Come on. Podcast version.
That's right.
Yes! My name is Honeybee, or you can call me B, just not on Sunday, because I'm trying to get in heaven.
And I'm Kate. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Yes! And for you guys joining us for the first time, this is a music appreciation, YouTube reaction, channel, podcast, smorgasbord.
A little bit of everything.
All of it. Basically, it's our love for music. And what we do every week is we have a theme, and then we each pick a song, and then we react to each other's songs. And then we have a podcast that we get into the nitty gritty, and we talk about everything about the songs, and, you know, have a little say what story.
That's right.
Or two. And just let you guys also know that there are so many other ways that you can definitely support us as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and tell them, girl? Because you know what I'm saying? You know, you the mama that be coming in here with all the good stuff. Come on, Tiff.
So you can like, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much for everybody who has been. It's been so awesome. All of the support we've had. It's been so cool to kind of get to know you guys a little bit more. Absolutely.
Oh my God, it's been incredible.
We have links in the description box. We have a Patreon. We've got lots of fun stuff up there. And we've got merch. Yes. It's from Redbubble. So they have a ton of different types of things. You know, t-shirts, masks, coffee mugs.
And you know what? If you order some of our merch, take some pictures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll have to repost you. You know what I'm saying? Tag us and everything.
For sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The link tree in the description box has all of our socials. So you can follow us there. And we want to hear from you.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
So yeah, why don't you tell us about our theme for this week?
So our theme for this week is pay attention to the way that my lips are moving, because it goes with our theme and our choices. Gospel draw. Our theme this week is Christmas in July.
Yes.
All things about the holidays, and you know, we love gift giving. That's our thing, and that's, you know, definitely part of our love languages and whatnot. But it's all about the season of being together and being with the ones you love, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever holiday you celebrate, it doesn't matter. It's just all about being together, just with somebody that you love. And it could be family, friends, lovers, whoever.
Chosen family.
Yep. There it is.
Yep.
So this week, my choice was the incredible Tamar Braxton.
Oh, it was so good.
It was so good.
It was so beautiful.
Good.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited because I am a huge Tamar Braxton fan.
Yeah.
I truly believe she is my spirit animal. We both were born around the same time, month-wise, and she is just she's everything. Tamar is like one of those people where, like, you know that theme everybody talks about nowadays where it's like, we have to protect her at all costs. Like, that is how I feel about Tamar Braxton. Like, she is so talented. She's incredibly underrated. And she's done so much for so many different communities. And I'm going to get into a little nitty gritty about Tamar.
Yeah, please.
So,
yeah, I know of her, of course. And I'm so happy we listened to the song, because actually that's the first I've ever heard her.
Yeah.
And I'd love to hear more about her, because I don't know much. So I'm so happy you're
so I'm gonna give you guys a little spiel, a little, you know what I'm saying? So Tamar, actually, yes, I was born March 22nd. Tamar was born March 17th. So hey sis, hey.
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, St. Patty's Day, baby. Come on, Pisces. Come on. I'm Pisces / Aries, but you know what I'm saying? Who's counting? Who's checking?
Right.
So Tamar Braxton is part of the Braxton family. So if you guys don't know, Toni Braxton, living legend, love her. Tamar is her baby sister. And there are a whole group of sisters. There's Toni, Tamar, Tawanda, Tracy, and Trina.
Oh,
and then they have one brother, Michael. So
he doesn't get a teeny.
Mike, right.
Sorry, Michael.
But the 5 girls, they all can sing. They actually, if you watch, they have a TV show called Braxton Family Values, which filmed them, and you can see how they are as a musical family. Mm-hmm. They are that family where the way that they learned that they could all sing, Tamar was using the bathroom, and you could actually look this video up, and it's a clip from the show. She was using the bathroom, and she was singing, somebody bring me some toilet paper, like something like that, right? Yeah. And next thing you know, everybody started harmonizing, and her mom came around the corner, from my understanding, and like just caught on, or her dad, and either one came around the corner, caught it, and then just went from there, just started training them, and it just skyrocketed. So they actually were a group in the late 80s. They were one big group, and it was Tony, and a lot of people don't know about that album.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was one of those situations where the record label, Arista Records, was like, we're just going to take Tony. And so they took Tony out, and then that actually is what launched Tony's career. And Tony, you know, she talks about how she grew up always feeling the guilt. Like, she always had to make sure her sisters were involved. Mm-hmm. She always had to make sure that, you know, they weren't left behind. And even in her biopic that was on Lifetime, the Unbreak My Heart, Tony Braxton story, and you can see the whole thing and how it affected Tamar and all of the sisters. So
yeah, that's got to be so incredibly tough.
Yeah.
So
the guilt that Tony probably felt, and also probably the frustrations that probably went within the sisters, because it's like, you want to support your sister,
of course,
but at the same time you feel guilty, because it's like, well, wait a minute, am I not good enough? So it's almost like you feel, it could be, you can call it jealousy, you can call it whatever you want, but like, it's completely understandable.
It's human.
Yeah, it's human.
I would be incredibly jealous.
I would too.
Absolutely.
I would. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I'd be like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Like, you just gonna throw me to the side? Like, you ain't shit.
Yeah. But I'm happy that like Tony.
Yeah. But Tony was. Yeah. She kept it, and like, she never let it go, almost to her fault, to the point where it affected her and her career.
Gotcha.
So it just, you know, the family history and how the music industry, and this is actually a testament of how the music industry and how just, you know, the industry itself affects you as a person, and how it can affect the family. So fast forward, after that beginning process happened, and Tony went and did her own thing. Tamar, this is kind of where her story kind of kicks off. It says, Braxton began her careers in the 1990s as a founding member of the Braxtons. And then they went on to release, after they became a trio, and it was Tawanda, Trina, and Tamar. And they released their album So Many Ways in 1996. Which that has a cover of Diana Ross's The Boss, which went huge for them.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then also So Many Ways, the title track also was like big R&B hit for them. So then in 2000, fast forward, Tamar ended up releasing her debut album, self-titled, on DreamWorks Records. And there was a song on there called If You Don't Want to Love Me, which was awesome. And there's another song on there called Money Can't Buy My Love. Tamar is a beast. Tamar can sing. She says, you know, Mariah Carey is one of her biggest influences. She literally, out of all the Braxton sisters, she has a 5-octave vocal range. So she hits whistle notes, the whole shebang. But after her debut album came out, she went through a period of, for 13 years, she was just singing backgrounds. A lot of people don't know this, but she sang backgrounds on basically all of Tony's albums. She sung backgrounds for so many different artists. She literally is the reason how I discovered, like, finding out about the Carpenters, how they're really known for their arrangements and stuff. And she is influenced by that as well. Little side note, you know what I'm saying, just let y'all know. Her husband at the time, Vincent Herbert, huge musical just icon in his own right within the industry. He was one of the people credited for discovering and helping the launch of Lady Gaga.
Oh.
And so what people don't know is that Tamar is actually really good friends with Lady Gaga.
Oh, that's awesome.
What people also don't know is that Lady Gaga, when she created Born This Way, when she was in the studio, she specifically said that she wanted Whitney Houston style backgrounds and she wanted it to sound like that choir sound. So Tamar Braxton is actually the one singing the backgrounds on Born This Way.
That's awesome.
So if you listen closely, you can actually hear her hitting all the big notes with Gaga and everything.
I'll have to re-listen to it because
crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so amazing.
So she's really good. So after 13 years of basically singing backgrounds and just focusing on everybody else, she went back to her own career and she came out with her second album, which is Love and War. Huge, the title track, everything, that whole album was incredible. And then it reached number 2 on the charts. And then she went on to release her 4th and 5th albums, Calling All Lovers in 2015 and Bluebird of Happiness in 2017. Braxton has won a BET Award and 3 Soul Train Music Awards, and she's been nominated for 4 Grammys.
Oh, great.
She also won the 2019 second season of Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh,
so
really?
She was actually the winner. And she was on the Fox TV show. She was one of the original creators and hosts of The Real. And so she has done everything.
Yeah.
She's gone through a lot. And she's been very open. She has a podcast out called Under Construction, which she talks about her life, her when she went through a time when she had a suicide attempt. She was going through a lot. And so this whole new, in this day and age, where she is in her life right now, go follow her, what she's going, what she's doing, how she's giving back to the people. She actually stepped away from music because she felt the emotions of cancel culture and all this other stuff. And it just, it was a lot.
I can't even imagine being in a spot, especially during the 13 years she was doing back office and stuff like that, being so close.
Yes.
To your dream.
Yes.
And seeing your sister have it.
And then to watch her sister go through the things she went through.
Yeah.
And still be that close.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so crazy.
But
I'm so glad that she's, now back in her solo career and doing more. That's amazing.
She's
That's
back
awesome.
to herself. She went through a lot, whether it's divorce, whatever she went through. This season in her life right now, it prepared her for it. And I feel like if you go follow Tamar now, you can see she's working on new music, she's touring again, and she's back to herself. And it's the most beautiful thing to see. It's almost like watching a phoenix rise out of the ashes. And mind you, the ashes that she was rising out of weren't even she is something different. Yeah. It's just, I don't even know how else to put it. But to get into my selection this week, I chose off of her first, and it's her only Christmas album out. It's called Winter Wonderland. And it came out November 11, 2013 on Epic Records and Streamline. And it's a 10-track set with 8 traditional songs and 2 newer songs. The Target has a special edition of the album that comes with 2 extra songs.
Oh, that's great.
The song that I picked off of it was the track Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And just to give you guys a little info on that song, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is a song that was written in 1943 by Hugh Martin and Ralph Blaine, and it was introduced to the world.
St. Louis?
Yep. But yes.
Judy Garland?
Yes, you better know, sis.
Oh, I know.
You better know.
I love it.
Yes. And so just to give you a little more tidbit on the song, it says the song was written in 1943 for the then upcoming film Meet Me in St. Louis, for which MGM had hired Martin and Blaine to write several songs. Martin was vacationing in a house in the neighborhood of Southside, Birmingham, Alabama, that his father, Hugh Martin, had designed for his mother as a honeymoon cottage, located just down the street from his birthplace, which would later become the home of Martin and his family in 1923. The song first appeared in a scene in which a family is distraught by the father's plans to move to New York City for a job promotion, leaving behind their beloved home in St. Louis, Missouri, just before the long-anticipated 1904 World's Fair begins.
Mm-hmm.
In a scene set on Christmas Eve, Judy Garland's character, Esther, sings the song to cheer up her despondent 5-year-old sister, Tootie, which is played by Margaret O'Brien.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful... Have you ever seen the movie?
I have never seen the movie.
I love it. There are parts of it that are very strange. There's a whole Halloween sequence that's just very weird. But anyway, I mean, Judy Garland, yeah, just so amazing.
She's just legendary.
Her voice on this is so beautiful because it has that almost childlike quality to it. That very you know what I mean? Like very light and kind of like
almost like haunting in a way.
Yeah. And it works for the song so well. And yeah, it's such a great... the movie's great too. Right. So this is only like... It's not a Christmas movie. Like this just happens to... Like there's a scene at Christmas, but most of it takes place around the World's Fair that they're talking about.
Oh, see. And I had read... When I was doing research for this song, like I had read... and let me see. I think I might be able to find it.
Another song you'll probably know from is Clang, Clang, Clang with the Trolley.
Yes! I was gonna say.
Yep.
Oh my god, I used to love this.
That's from St. Louis.
People, I'm trying to find where I had read it, but basically, and you've seen the movie, so you will probably know. I heard that there was like people felt some sort of way about the song because of the part in the movie that the song was at, and like. If you listen to the words of the song, some people say it contradicted what was happening in that moment. So, and they're like, how can we have a Merry Little Christmas if, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know if you want to elaborate more on that.
Yeah, so at the part, like you were saying, in the scene just before it, the dad has told everybody that they're moving to New York City, and all of the kids are like heartbroken. It's a great opportunity for like their dad and their family, like financially and everything. Right. I can't remember if it's like the office was closing or it just was like a better opportunity or something.
But it's like they looking at like their personal relationship, their family.
I mean,
like
especially you think 1904, 1903 when this is happening.
Right. I can just imagine.
And the whole movie is about how much they're looking forward to the World's Fair, because you have to like think about like in 1903, 1904.
We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have computers. We didn't have any of that.
And for something of that magnitude to be happening like in your town.
Yeah.
You know, it's not crazy. It's not like you get on a plane, you know what I mean? Like, and like fly wherever.
Because I know we weren't like doing horse and buggies and cars.
Yeah, and trains.
And trains,
But yeah, so it's, and trolleys.
Oh, and trolleys,
clang, clang, clang with the trolley.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so it's, and that adds, I think, to the scene and adds to her version of it because she's almost crying, singing it, but at the same time, she wants to give her sister comfort and kind of remind her of like, you know, we'll still all be together.
Right, and there's still beauty in Christmas.
Absolutely, yeah. So,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
So that was my choice.
Yeah,
and,
it was so good.
I'm glad that you guys liked it.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me share.
Yeah.
And make sure you go stream all of Tamar's music, all of the Braxton's music. You know, just support them all. Rest in peace again to Tracy Braxton. She unfortunately passed away from cancer this year. It's actually interesting because Tamar's album is called Bluebird of Happiness. And so all of them actually wear pendants that are hummingbirds that have Tracy's ashes in it because they made a promise that they would take her wherever they go.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I thought it was just incredible. So and it's just like the idea of like her last album and just the correlation. I thought it was dope. So make sure you support Tamar. Yeah. Love you, girl. Tamar, you are everything. You are life. You are mother. You're everything. We love you so much.
Yeah, I'm so excited to listen to more. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So tell me about you, girl. Yeah, because you know you be coming in with the good like tips and little extra facts, girl. You better tell me.
I picked the amazing, the wonderful, the incomparable, the outstanding,
Jesus,
the every other word, adjective that can describe greatness.
Ah,
Whitney Houston.
ah.
And I picked Do You Hear What I Hear from the A Very Special Christmas album. And yeah, it's just, we were talking about it a little bit during the reaction video, but it just means Christmas. It means a family Christmas. It means we're all sitting around opening our presents. It means we're all sitting around, just having dinner. Yeah. It's right up there for me with the Messiah, with like the Nutcracker, with that album, it just, I can't remember a Christmas that since it came out, I can't remember a Christmas that we have not listened to it many times.
Yes, as you should. As you should. Yeah. For real though.
And we were talking a little bit about, our local radio station, Light 105.
Yes. Come on, light back 105. Yes.
Also not sponsored, but if
right,
you want
not sponsored, but hey.
Email below.
Right. Let us know.
But yeah, it's just one of those great songs. I love it so much. Yeah. So I don't have too much for it. But,
no, it's okay.
So yes, it's off of A Very Special Christmas. It was the first one, which is a compilation produced to benefit the Special Olympics.
Yes.
It was released on October 12th, 1987. It was produced by Jimmy, is it Iovine?
Oh, Jimmy Iovine.
Sorry. For
A&M
A&M Records.
Yep.
And it raised millions of dollars for the Special Olympics.
I believe it. And Jimmy Iovine, I think, ended up becoming the president of I think it's called Geffen. Geffen, yeah. I think.
Gotcha.
Or
I know his name, but
yes. Yeah, Jimmy Iovine is like another Clive Davis, another, you know what I mean, like Andre Harrell, like he's up there.
And the cover artwork was designed by Keith Haring. It's very it's
simplistic but beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
I love it.
And it went on. I think they're on like 8 or something. Now, you know what I mean? There's so many. But the first one to me
is the first one the one with the red cover.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just it's the best one.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
So it was certified quadruple platinum on January 16th, 1998.
Yeah.
As of November 2014, it's the 19th best-selling holiday album in the U.S. ever.
Wow.
Yep. So out of everything in the world, yep.
That's intense.
Yeah. So Whitney Houston, 1963, and she passed away in 2012, unfortunately. She's one of the best-selling recording artists of all time.
Period.
7 consecutive #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, 2 Emmys, 6 Grammys, 16 Billboard Music Awards, and 28 Guinness World Records.
Incredible.
She was inducted into the Grammy, Rhythm and Blues Music, and Rock and Roll Halls of Fame.
Yes.
And so this song, like I was saying, it means the beginning of Christmas. It absolutely, I love like the standard too, like the standard song. It's just a really pretty song I like. And the way that she just weaves kind of in and out of it, and the way she uses her voice, and
Have you ever listened to her Christmas album?
Probably.
I feel like it's one of those Christmas albums where a lot of people
I've probably heard all the songs, but like not
right, because I think it was at a point in her career also that Christmas album came out when her album Just Whitney came out in 2002, and I think the Christmas album came the following year, but it was just one of those times where she was going through some stuff in her career, and I don't think a lot of people promoted it, but they included Do You Hear What I'm Here on it.
Oh, good.
And so at first I thought it was like a re-recording, but it was just, I think it was the original, but they had remastered it or whatever. But I definitely will say, like, if you like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Do You Hear What I Hear? Definitely check that album out.
Yeah, it will.
And everybody check it out, because it is one of those Christmas albums that a lot of us don't know about because it wasn't promoted. Yeah. You know what I mean? And she has a whole Christmas album and it's dope. But when I think of Do You Hear What I Hear? I don't think about that album. I think about the one that you're talking about now. Yeah. So it's like, it's really interesting the way that music can carry. And
I love most about that album too is like it's all different types of artists. You have Whitney, you had the Pointer Sisters, you had Madonna, you had
Christmas Gumbo.
Yeah. Yeah, U2. There was a Sting song, I think Bon Jovi, is that? Or is it Bruce Springsteen? Or maybe both. Yeah, because we had like
which one is the Bruce Springsteen? Is it
Santa came down the chimney 3:30 with lots of nice little presents for my baby and me. Merry Christmas, baby.
Yeah,
Sorry, I had to get there, but I had to sing it first.
Who's the one that does So This Is Christmas?
Oh, that's Band-Aid. So that's
Band-Aid.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Why do I keep thinking of John Mellencamp doing a Christmas song for some reason?
I think he might have been part. Oh no, I'm sorry. So This Is Christmas. I'm sorry. That is John Lennon.
That's John Lennon.
That's
okay.
John Lennon. I think there was a remake though. I think they did a remake, and it was because that's so This Is Christmas. That's War Is Over. So that's John Lennon. Yeah, but I think they did do a remake, and
because I remember Celine Dion remade that. I do remember. Yeah. I know a lot of people did, but I just know Celine.
It's such a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry, see, this is us. Like, we can get started just talking about music the whole time. Sorry, y'all. That was my fault. My fault. I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, who sings? Like, I feel like, because it's such an eclectic album, a very special Christmas.
Yeah, so that one's not on there. But yeah, it has all different types. Is that the one that has this beautiful version of a Coventry Carol on it too? Or Carol of the Bells? Anyway, it's got so much. And I might be mixing up a couple of them. But the first one's definitely my favorite, I think.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Look, we were talking earlier and she literally was like saying the tracking list in order. Like, I know you love this album, girl. Because the first song I look is Santa Claus Coming Down, the Pointer Sisters. Mm-hmm. And you were like, don't they kick it off? It has Winter Wonderland by the Eurythmics, Merry Christmas Baby, Bruce Springsteen. Mm-hmm. Oh, have yourself a very little Christmas, The Pretenders. Mm-hmm. Okay, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, John Mellencamp. That's the one. I was like, I know her.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then that one has Christmas in Hollis, right?
Run DMC. Run DMC. It has Gabrielle's Message.
That one's, I love that song. It's so beautiful.
Oh, Christmas Baby, Please Come Home by YouTube. Santa Baby. Mm-hmm. Little Drummer Boy. Oh, this is Run Rudolph Run. That's the jam.
Yeah.
Backdoor Santa, I Live. Yeah. Come on, Bon Jovi.
Yeah, that was Bon Jovi. Yeah.
The Coventry Carol.
Yeah. Alison Moyer.
Yeah. And then Silent Night, Stevie Nicks.
Oh, I love that version of it. It's so good. I love her voice.
That's so dope. Oh, I'm about to add that again.
I know. Oh, I love that album. It's so good. It's so good.
I'm here for that. I'm so here for that. Yeah. That's so good. Oh, thank you for sharing, girl.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, you know what?
I know. It's time for some Say What.
Time.
It's time for some Say What.
It's time for that Say What. Say What. Child, listen. Oh my God. Wait, so...
Yeah, we figured we'd do some, Christmas themed.
Yeah.
Christmas themed kind of stories this week. Last week's was a little heavy.
Yeah, last week was a little heavy.
So this week we're feeling a little lighter.
Yes.
Still processing and things, but we want to, in the spirit of the season.
Yes.
We're gonna concentrate on some good stuff.
Yes.
And some funny stuff.
Mm-hmm. So I figured we are going to talk about some hilarious real life Christmas stories. Thank you to Yahoo News for reporting this story.
Nice.
So there are 7 different stories. I'm going to give you guys, let's see, we'll do 2. Okay. We'll do 2.
Sounds like a plan.
So I'm just going to pick them at random.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is called You Can't Blame Everything on the Dog.
Yeah, you can.
Right.
We have 4, as I'm sure you heard earlier. So yeah.
I know, right? One of them was trying to get in on it.
Everything gets blamed on those dogs.
For real. So it says I couldn't find who the writers of these stories were. So right now we'll just say that they're anonymous right now. It says you can't blame everything on the dog. Back when my brother had just started dating his now wife, she came to visit our family at Christmas for the very first time. We all sat down at the dinner table and she positioned herself opposite of my brother. Halfway through the meal, she suddenly said to everybody, "The dog keeps rubbing himself on my leg. He must really like me." My dad looked up and replied, "The dog is next to me, Helen." Turns out my brother had been playing a game of footsie with her under the table. She was incredibly embarrassed. That is how the story ends. I am done. First of all, the father going, "The dog is next to me, Helen."
Helen. I love Helen.
Helen,
that's what makes that funny. is the addition of the Helen.
Can you imagine if it was like, the dog is next to me, Shaquita?
It gives me Karen vibes.
Yes!
It gives me like, the dog is next to me, Karen.
Right. The dog is next to me, Barbara. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dog is next to me, Crystal.
We're gonna get so much hate mail.
Listen, we love all y'all with these names. Crystal, Barbara, Helen, Karen. We love the real Karens.
Yeah.
Okay, we get it. We get it.
Yeah.
But it's all in laugh and
like
all
Karen
in good
Kilgariff,
taste.
we love her.
Yes, Karen Kilgariff.
Karen Kilgariff, you're a KK, I'm a KK. I'm just saying.
All right, as long as there ain't no extra K.
No, yeah. No.
Okay.
There's just a 2.
It's not special K either.
It just ends at the 2. That's it.
Just the 2.
Just the 2.
That's all we're doing. All right, so the second story that we're going to do is called All I Want for Christmas with I spelling E-Y-E.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm frightened. This is a Halloween story.
I had bought this gorgeous little Christmas tree, and it was really excited for the kids to see it.
Uh-huh.
I got home, I put it on the ground, and just started to cut the netting with some scissors.
Oh, no.
Just as I made the first cut, I felt one of the branches ping out and hit me right in the eye.
Oh.
It was so painful. I felt like I was going to be sick. I headed upstairs to lie down, missing out on much of the decorating, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, although I could stand up, my vision was a mess. We headed to A&E where they told me I had a scratched cornea and gave me some antibiotic gel. They agreed it was a pretty ridiculous injury, but said I was the first of what would be many, including lots of broken feet from frozen turkey damage. The next day, I was still in huge amounts of pain, so went to the hospital where they gave me an anesthetic eye drops. Thankfully, it eventually got better, but you know how that goes.
So I have to tell you, for people who don't know me personally, I work in medical coding, and there literally are diagnosis codes for things like that. I don't know if there's a poked in the eye by a Christmas tree, but I bet you there is. I bet you there's, because everyone, like, around those times, usually, like, one of the supervisors will, like, find, like, a funny coding story, and it'll be like, oh, it's why blah 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 blah, you know, for this or whatever. But yeah, there really are diagnosis codes for things like that.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my little funny Christmas stories. You know what I mean? Definitely. Funny. If you guys look it up, it's on Yahoo. 7 of the funniest real life Christmas stories.
That's awesome. So I picked, actually, to kind of go with our Christmas in July theme. This is an article from Southern Living by Catherine Owen, and it's the real story behind Christmas in July.
Yes.
It started in North Carolina.
Okay.
So it's become such a cultural staple each year that you may not have even thought about who first dreamed up such a cheery, potentially cheesy midsummer celebration. You know, we like the cheese here.
Right.
Well, as it turns out, Per Country Living's reporting, it started right here in the South. Well, we're not in the South, but they are.
Right.
Christmas in July started 84 years ago on July 24th and 25th in 1933 at a girls' camp called Keystone Camp in Brevard, North Carolina.
Oh.
I never thought it was unique to us, Paige Ives Lemmel, the current director of Keystone Camp, said in an interview. It seems like something other camps would do, but not so. According to the camp's 100th anniversary celebration book, the first time anyone celebrated Christmas in July was at Keystone for the request of camp co-founder Fanny Holt.
Wow.
Miss Fanny was such a character, a whimsical, dreamy, and creative type who added all of this uniqueness to the program, says Lemmel. Most camps number the cabins to identify them. Here we have crabapple, skylark, and crow's nest, for example. Instead of junior and senior campers, we have elves, pixies, and dryads. That's kind of cute. A little airy-fairy, but yeah, it's cute.
Instead of camp kids calling them elves. That's cute.
The first Christmas in July included carolers, a Christmas tree Hopefully no one's eyes got poked out.
Right.
Santa Claus, presents, and fake snow made of cotton. As the tradition evolved, the campers would use laundry bags as makeshift stockings, which they placed outside their cabins to be filled with candy overnight. I'd like a laundry bag full of candy.
Right, me too.
Eventually, elves, reindeer, and Mrs. Claus joined the act, along with a camp-wide gift exchange, counselors included. Lemmel, who is the 4th generation in her family to hold the title of director, which is awesome.
Oh, wow, that's incredible.
Said the gifts were crafty and creative. One time, my dad got a bejeweled toilet plunger decorated with feathers and glitter. It's like the platinum plunger from this season of Drag Race All-Stars. That's funny. That's so funny.
Wait, a bedazzled plunger.
I love it.
I live.
The tradition carries on today, and blistering hot southern summers, or northern summers at this point.
Listen.
It is hot in here.
Woo!
Have yet to stop the camp's tradition. Now they simply go for a dip in the lake post presents to bring a little. Well, never mind. But yeah, so I think that was really cool. It started
so
like a
dope.
summer camp.
I never knew. And what do you know? It was started at a girls' summer camp, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just saying, y'all run the world.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Beyonce said it.
Who run the world?
Girls.
Right.
Hello. Look,
and if Beyonce
the Queen
said it.
Right. Look, Beyonce told everybody to release their job.
Who are we to argue?
Right. And everybody's releasing their jobs. They're just saving up enough so they can buy tickets to the tour. But listen, Beyonce said, y'all run the world. You really do. Looking at y'all done started Christmas in July. Thank you for that, ladies. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Like me.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for sharing that. That's super dope. I like that. So much fun. I love like little history like that.
I know. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Super dope.
So yeah, well, thank you so much for like another awesome episode.
I know. Christmas in July.
Yes,
we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, please comment down below.
Yep. Let us know what you would pick.
Yep, absolutely.
And let us know your funny Christmas stories. Maybe we'll start reading some of them.
Yeah, that would be so much fun.
You know what I mean? Like, tell us some of your crazy Christmas stories and. You know, maybe we'll have to start little mini episodes of our own with everybody's crazy. You know, maybe they could tell us a song that they would pick and why, you know, be like,
what it means to you.
Yeah, like I picked Do You Hear What I Hear by Whitney Houston because it reminds me of this moment when blah, 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 blah. Or, you know what I mean, you could say that song reminds you of somebody else or somebody else's crazy story. But, you know.
Hey. You know what? You want to send us a crazy story? We'll read it.
We'll read it. We're just going to read it. We're going to read it. We're going to take a page out of Karen and Georgia's.
At this point, send us anything.
Right. Send us anything for real. Because you know what? Listen, just like what Beyonce says, Karen in Georgia is the Beyonce of the podcasting world.
Absolutely.
And so, shoot, we're going to take a page out of their book.
That's right.
What's up? Hey, Karen in Georgia. Thank you for being inspirations. Love you, girls.
We love you. And thank you everybody so much. We will see you next time.
Yes, thank you guys. Until then.